Hey, I'm here with Christian. Hello, Christian.
Hello, Karen. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I've nabbed him. We were talking away, and I've nabbed him to come and help me do this video. Well, I was looking at giant sycamore trees. This one's in Ohio. It is quite big inside. There may not have been Avatar. That might not be quite right. They might have been living more like this in the base of the trees. But this is when we had a lot bigger trees, which they cut down.
Yeah, I mean, they've still got some of the giant redwoods in certain parts of California and Oregon.
But what did you tell me? You said that the people lived here. Oh. Yeah, so basically, what did you say about the trees that people did?
Well, yeah, I mean, when you look at Oregon and California, they've still got the giant redwoods. But I didn't know that they had giant sycamores as well. I mean, there's old photos of.
Well, you need something like a sycamore, because a sycamore, they basically have, a lot of the barks have holes in them, and they live like that. They live like the eucalyptus tree. So,
yeah, I was just going to say that, because in some of the old photographs, you can see that they've actually inseminated a house within the actual tree, where there's a hole or a gap, and they put a window in. And in some cases, in some of these sycamores, they've actually drilled a hole through them and just brought the road right through them.
That one there is absolutely enormous. I'm just going to stop that for a minute. That tree there, you can't see it, I know yet, Christian, but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 people, and they're only halfway around the tree. It's big.
Yeah.
That was a big tree, that one. Yeah, that's the sad bit, isn't it, about them taking the trees? We won't, we've lost that part of things.
Well, yeah, when you look at Queen Elizabeth, she said she loved her forestry, but yet she's allowing them to chop all these ancient trees down in just recent times, where they're putting a new motorway, and I think the M14 was part of it.
Oaks, isn't it? They've taken a lot of the oaks.
Yeah,
but the trees are growing again now. So what are they going to do? Chop them all down again?
Well, over here they already have been. So, and it's prevalent in other cities as well, like Reading. I don't know whether you ever came across Reading, where they chopped down all the oaks there. A long mass road, which my friend got really upset about. But in other places, people were chaining themselves to the big oaks, weren't they, to stop the council contractors coming along to chop them down.
Yeah. Anyway, this was about the fact that we could have lived in the trees, but it wasn't Avalon. What was it? What was it again? It wasn't
Avatar.
Avatar. That's it. Whoops. I just found it a bit fascinating. I watched someone's video about it, and he went to visit a few of the trees. They are really quite big inside, bigger than you think. I think we're going to be moving on. I don't know. Let's have a look. Oh no, we're still on the very last bit now. Yeah, it has to be a tree that has a hole in it. Because you get into and you live in the hole. And they didn't cut the hole out. It's part of the. Like the pictures on here. Right, we're on to the next bit now. There's an abandoned resort ghost town in the Smokies. Here's how to find it, and it's in the national park, and it's where is it? Elkmont. And what it is that this is a logging place, so they cut many trees down, probably cutting the beauties down. And and there it is. It's gone by about that time. It says, I think, what is it? National Park, it's about 1934. So it has to be just before that then. Yeah, the town went. So there was a Wonderland Hotel, which I've got some pictures in a minute, which I'll say that's what it is. But that got burnt down not that long ago, and a lot of them aren't that so safe, and some of them they're doing up, and some of them they're taking down, but it's just another town that's gone again.
Yeah, I mean, I know that in this where you're talking about, people actually got together and bonded together to make pots, money pots, to pay to keep the trees there. They were trying to save some of them.
Well, this was about the town's gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once the trees are gone, the profit's gone, the money's gone.
Well, yeah, the tree. They said that they'd finished logging there, so that's it. People just moved out.
Yeah. There's no more jobs. It's the same principle.
I know,
Wherever
but it's
you
just
look,
another
like,
town that's gone. I wouldn't say this was the biggest town or biggest village, whatever you want, but it had a few streets in it and houses, and then all the people have gone.
it's like all they leave behind is the actual destruction of the place. You know, it's the same as
you know, you said we've been mined. We're living in a mine. And you're right, we've been mined, and then we're living in what's left, and a lot of it's been emptied and gone, and yeah, I mean, like, what I'm saying is, we think we're so industrial right now. This was the industrial time, and it happened, and it's gone now.
Yeah, I mean, even today, that I watched a documentary not so long ago where people are actually doing the very same thing. It's what they were doing 100 years ago. They're getting what you call like GoFundMe pots to try and save certain forestry where they live in America to stop them using all the forestry for biomass. It's insane.
But you know, this is another place. We've had Centrala. You know, we had those islands in Scotland. There's just so many places where there was people living there in communities, and they've all gone now. And whatever they were doing, whether they were digging it out or cutting it down, they've all gone. I just find it's quite upsetting that it's all just what are we living in?
Well, I mean, for people like us, we cherish nature. Well, I do. I try not to offend nature too much, you know. But these other people that with their mindset, you know, it's the parasitical mindset. They just get what they want and then leave.
I mean, there's going to be some natural places that break down and aren't there anymore, but I keep finding, there's that one, you know, next to Georgie the other day. Okay, that's through a wall, they said, but there's just so many places, like, we don't seem to see these empty places, but there's loads of them with houses and stuff, and nobody lives there anymore. How eerie is that? And in this time, probably, they're Tartarians, these people that live there. They're no Tartarians. But anyway, listen, we're in a moment, we're going to go on to the last bit, which sort of goes in with this, really, because I did that place in Venezuela as well, with the sea, the salty sea. They didn't want us healing ourselves, so they had to destroy all the nice places that where everybody went to the salty seas. You know, the Salton Sea, like the Dead Sea, and then this place in Venezuela.
Salt baths, as in bath.
They just didn't want us to heal ourselves. They just want to make sure that you get a prescription.
Yeah. Be subservient to your master, sort of thing. It's like you become a customer for life.
So anyway, all these weird things I've noticed, these connections with what's happening, and there's no wars going on. They're just doing it to us, just like what we're going to show now. So just wait for it. It's going to be clicking over in just a moment. But what it is there's no wars doing this. They're happening all the time. Right, so here we go. Oh no, there's a bit more to go yet. Anyway, you can stop and read this if you want. It's just a bit of information about... Oh, this is the Wonderland Hotel. We'll get into that bit in just a minute. This is the Wonderland Hotel, which this burnt down a few years ago or a year ago. So there's none of this left except the chimney breast now. So sad though, because I don't know why they're saving some of it, and I don't know, sad. But I suppose I don't know what to make of it all, to be honest. What's happening? Why all this is happening? Oh, that's more pictures of the Wonderland. I mean, in some way there's a waterfall in the front, but it doesn't look that grand. It looks, you know, everything looks old, but I don't know.
Well, in the times of Tartaria, most of the buildings, you'll find, I'd say near enough 99% of the buildings, they always had a fountain or a connection to flowing water. You know, that was the connection between the older times where you got like your star forts, which were also connected to water, and the star cities. When you make that connection, it's like the running water was the power source.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, just very quick, there's a picture. That's someone in the Wonderland Hotel when it was open. But, you know, it's just really sad that it's just not there anymore. Most of it isn't, but it's just another town that's empty. Anyway, here we are. This is about China. The other day, Trouble told me that they let a dam burst, and they either say that place with that many people or that place, and they chose to pick the one with the bigger town in it, or they got bigger towns. And basically it says, a dam in China exploded open and floods rushed into villages, pushing residents into a desperate situation. Local officials have ordered all rescue teams to leave the flooded area because of you-know-what. And that's really sad. So anybody that's struggling or stuck or whatever it is cannot be rescued because of. So that's not good, is it? So this whole thing like they did in Venezuela, they're doing it today. China are doing it to their own people.
It's beginning to sound like it, isn't it?
And then when you read on, right, so we'll just go on a little bit. We can talk just at the end in a minute. There was another one. So that's now. But there was another one a couple of years ago. It's like, these things are constantly happening.
It's been pretty regular of late, hasn't it? I mean, I only watched one the other day, which was from a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. So yeah, it seems to be pretty regular over there at the moment.
I don't know, I told you what I thought tsunamis might be. I've never known anything like them. Like, they are so weird, those things. But anyway, we'll just finish this off very quickly. So, I didn't go too into it. I've not done loads of footage for it. You know, everybody can go and look it up themselves. It only happened yesterday, I think it was. And you're like, why is this happening? And even them I find really weird. You've got Harbin, which is a Russian town in the middle of China. And then you've got a lot of Chinese people living up in that place, Yatian, that I was in Siberia, which I've been looking up. Anyway, I think this might be it still. Look, there you go. It's all flooded. It might have happened a couple of weeks ago, actually. That was just the 22nd of the 7th. Floods in China, army blow up dam to release water. So it might have happened.
That's probably one I watched from about 2 weeks ago. It's quite severe.
Yeah. And they can't go and save anybody. Oh my God. Anyway. Anything else you want to say, Christian? Because we're at the end of the video now. I'll put the video back on. It's about there, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, that's fine.
It's alright, you've got a few minutes to talk now.
Okay then.
Yeah, so what do you reckon all this is then? You know, like...
Well, I can hazard a guess at a
all separate because they can carry on doing all the country. They're going to lie about it, and you know, it's only people who wake up and realise and connect is destroying them things. Oh, they're always blaming it and saying it's this, that, and the other, and we know it's all that's not true.
Well, I mean, we can't trust the news reports that we see on TV, and it's one of the reasons why I stay away from that subject. Is because the amount of fakery that has been established of recent time. Yeah, it's for about 4 months, and if you for quite some time falling away.
But that's this new village, the one like the other. The same things happening in China today. What happened in?
Is it this part of the Depop agenda?
Well, it's anything like a sun hangs out off the beach and it goes, right, you ready? You ready? Let's go! And then it charges in and it's all smashing around, and even when waves break and go up, like I told you, you know, like they have the thing where it's for wastewater coming out. The water's travelling up that now and going, and it just ruins anything in its path, and then it stops for about 20 seconds, and then it retreats, and it goes out really fast. Like it's not when it comes in, it's at war. And when it goes out, it's a bit slower, but it still retreats in the same sort of manner. It doesn't hang around, and now it's flooded. I've never known anything like that in my life. It's like it's just destroying everything in its path.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of the one in 2005 that hit the Indonesian provinces when the water came in. But as it came in, it went out, and basically, I think that's what killed a lot of people. The fact that it dragged the people with them way back out to sea because of the way it came in.
Where's all this going? All this rubbish is going into the sea.
Yeah, dragging it with it. You know, when you see the landscape afterwards, you know, that's why I think Ewan McGregor made the film about it, because it was that devastational, because it killed about almost a quarter million people overall, you know, from all the areas that it hit. So it was quite a big one. But how how it came about was ever so sudden. You know, there weren't many alarm warnings in the area then, as same as there was when the Fukushima one happened.
Well, we never know if any of it's true anymore to how it really happened, because they lie all the time.
But to me, it seems almost like that this agenda has been going on quite some time, and what's the main constant? People getting killed, you know, innocent people suffering.
Yes, Christian, we're coming to the end now. Anything else you
Okay.
want to add? Anything else you want to add as it's finishing?
No, I think that about covers it.
Thank you for helping me do my video. We've covered a few things, and there's all these connections with it all.
Yeah. I'll say goodbye then to everybody.
Thank you
Bye.
very much, Christian. Bye, everybody.